Welcome to Mystical Messages. I am Hilary Harley, your podcast host. I am a soul guide and astrologer. Mystical Messages is your podcast gateway to discover and learn about the realm beyond the veil, including all things intuitive, metaphysical, and the healing arts. To learn more about my work or to book a session with me, please visit hilaryharley.com. If you would like to read my monthly forecast, you may find the full written transcript for all astrology episodes on my website. That way, if you hear something and want to re-listen to a forecast or to check a date of a cosmic event, you may find it on the written monthly forecast on hilaryharley.com. Today, I would ordinarily say that I am so delighted to bring you my monthly astrology forecast, but given the shock and awe that we are currently experiencing nationally and globally, I think it's better for me to say I am blessed to bring you my monthly astrology forecast. I will be breaking down the astrology for the month of March 2025. And the only way out is through. March should come with a giant warning sign. The path to paradise begins in hell. It is one of Dante's more compassionate quotations. His Inferno seems to be an appropriate text from which to quote the given energies awaiting us. And while abandon all hope, ye who enter here feels to be a bit too drastic of a quotation, its sentiment does capture the essence of March 2025 rather effectively. For anyone who knows me, I am a glass half full type of person and astrologer. Yet the month ahead is a cosmic minefield, a veritable battering ram of activity. We will not be the same come April. So in the vernacular, I'm going to give it to you straight. March is not messing around. It pounces from the get-go on day one, with valuable Venus turning retrograde motion on Saturday, March 1st. This is a continuation of the interior planets Mercury, Mars, and Venus in an ongoing back-to-back retrograde cycle that began in late November 2024 when Mars and Mercury shifted into reverse gear. Our journey inward, plundering our psyche, continue now through March. Venus is a helper wherever she cycles. She rules the good life, love, money, beauty, and relationship, qualities that we seek more of. Her retrograde passage lasts 6 weeks, 40 days, and 40 nights. Does that ring a bell? This is the same number of days as Jesus is wandering in the desert and his temptation by Satan, and the season of Lent, with which Venus retrograde is closely associated. And it just so happens that Lent occurs on nearly the same days this year, March 5th through April 17th, as the Venus retrograde cycle, March 1st through April 12th. This cyclical overlap rarely happens, and it serves to underscore a primary theme of Venus retrograde: temptation. Temptation on all fronts: relationships, values, resources, talents, and worth. It is a very seductive time. So, a word to the wise: use the following phrase when feeling tempted. Start by asking, what and whom do you value? In yourself, in others, in life. For the next 6 weeks, watch for old relationships surfacing, including memories of past relationships. This is a classic time for your childhood friend to reach out or an old flame to reconnect. It is also a time of buyer beware in capital letters. This is especially true given Venus turning retrograde in fiery Aries, an impulsive sign to begin with, and typically lacking self-control. So ask yourself whether you really need that luxury item, that designer handbag, that very expensive latest gadget. Venus retrograde is the most notorious time of buyer's remorse, whether for actual material goods or relationships that were better left on the back burner. Better to think about it and see how you feel come late April. To be clear, it is not the best time to start a business, make new investments, buy homes, cars, or luxury items, go on a first date, or initiate any kind of new relationship. Generally avoid or delay anything to do with resource investment in general, whether money, relationship, or skill development. This is the time to ask, how do I want to spend my time, energy, money, or talents? It is the perfect time for spring cleaning and to practice the RE words, including research, review, retreat, renew, recalibrate, restore, rest, and more. Especially the second half of March, when Messenger Mercury is also retrograde. Which is where we head next, into the middle of the month and the heart of darkness. Good to remember now that it is always darkest before the dawn. Control what you can and surrender anything else. The first eclipse of 2025 occurs on Friday, March 14th. A total full moon lunar eclipse in Virgo opposite the sun in Pisces. Its themes are control versus surrender, expectation management, and deep cleansing with healing potential. A reminder that eclipses are neither bad nor good. However, if the coordinates impact your astrology charts, you will feel the effects. And with Sun and Saturn aligning to motivating Mars during the eclipse, trust your intuition. It is a saving grace and will show you the way forward. We will need all the guidance we can handle, as the very next day, after the eclipse, Messenger Mercury turns retrograde on the Ides of March, Saturday, March 15th. This is a 1-2 cosmic punch. The planets do indeed have our attention now. In the wake of the total lunar eclipse, expect some very big messages. The stretch between eclipses is a notorious time with the energetic quality of a black hole. Trust me, you do not want to go in there alone or without a light by which to see. The darkness is magnified and intensified by the overlapping Venus-Mercury retrogrades. Think Mississippi muds. We are spinning our wheels now. Expect little to no traction. How to make the best use of the second half of March? Plan and prepare. Surrender what you cannot control. Double down on the RE words. Add music to your life in your home, car, and at work. Use water therapy of all kinds. Steam, frozen, liquid, and combined with exercise such as walking around water, swimming, or boating, use water as a tool to mitigate excess energy or to change your scenery. Now is the time to clean house, both literally and physically. The Virgo full moon eclipse directs us to look at our health, wellness, work, and lifestyle routines and habits. Where do you need to clean up your act? Aligned helpfully to change agent Uranus in Taurus, this practical moon keeps our efforts grounded and real. Dream, vision forward, then prepare to build. What are you building? A few days later, the spring equinox occurs on Thursday, March 20th. Always a time of fresh starts. This is especially true now as the sun in Aries is tightly wedged between Venus, Mercury, Neptune, the lunar north node, and taskmaster Saturn in Pisces. The latter mandates a deep clearing and clarifying to make way for the brand new to unfold. We are at a proverbial tipping point, the threshold of a portal. There is no going back, returning to old days or previous ways. March is aptly named for our perpetual march forward. Thursday, March 27th, valuable Venus rolls back into Pisces, joining dreamy Neptune, the North Node, and Saturn. Here, Venus shines compassion to unify disparate forces. Heading into the new moon eclipse in Aries on Saturday, March 29th, we need all the love we can get. Watch for illusion and the delusional, as well as pristine insight and understanding. There are those who are irretrievably lost, along with those who guide, guard, and protect us. Take care with whom you align yourself with now. Words and language have rarely mattered more. With Messenger Mercury at an attention-getting degree, choose your words wisely, as you will be heard now. Set your intentions. Handwrite 3 to 5 goals that you aim to work on over the next month, season, or year. Be sure to include prayers for peace and calm in your community and the world at large, as we are in great need, both individually and collectively. As if the cosmic stew of March were not enough, the month departs with a swan song, an epic crescendo. Notably, spiritual Neptune shifts into the sign of Aries. An outer planet, Neptune moves from one sign to another about every 15 years ago. The last time Neptune changed signs was in 2011, when she turned from Aquarius into Pisces. Think about where you were, who you were, and what occupied your life back then. How far you have come. Post-COVID pandemic, you are probably living a different life based on choices you may not have ever conceived of in 2011. Imagine where and who you might be in 2038 when Neptune changes signs again into Taurus, a spiritual, watery planet in a fiery sign of action at 0 degrees Aries. Neptune makes a statement. Take heed. This is not a time for the faint of heart. April holds the light at the end of the tunnel, but we do have miles to go before we sleep. As Winston Churchill said, if you are going through hell, keep going. That brings me to the end of this episode of Mystical Messages. I just want to remind everybody that we have the 3 Wise Women online metaphysical community. We are off and running and coming up to a year of celebration of our community. So join us. We are 3 veteran metaphysical practitioners. Kathy Ripley Green is a renowned psychic medium, and Veronica Drake is a really remarkable psychic intuitive. She works with a variety of clients and has a lot of online groups herself. The 3 of us join forces each first Tuesday of the month at 6 p.m. Eastern. We offer community, conversation, and connection via Zoom. And for just $10 a session, you can come join us, feel safe to learn among like-minded seekers, to ask your wildest woo questions as we learn with each other. You can find the link on my website, or you can go to kathyripleygreen.com. And I just also want to remind everybody that Mystical Messages has a mid-month episode drop featuring cutting-edge healing arts practitioners. And you can always tune in and listen through Apple or Spotify. And to hear any previous episodes of the healing arts practitioners, I've had some really remarkable. I've been honored to feature some of these incredibly talented practitioners. Everybody from psychic mediums to, I have an upcoming episode featuring a grief practitioner. I've also had tarot professionals, fellow astrologers. I just featured Catherine Ebacher, who is a talented healing arts practitioner. Her modality is listen to the body talk, somatic release, and massage therapists. I mean, it just spans the gamut. So I invite you to tune into those episodes. To learn more about my work or to book a session with me, please visit hilaryharley.com. If you would like to read my monthly forecast or check dates of planetary events and cycles, you will always find the full written transcript for all astrology episodes on my website. Thank you so much for tuning in and listening today. Please join me again when I will be featuring yet another remarkable, talented healing arts practitioner. And I wish you many blessings as you journey forward.